Now at 6, winter weather covers all of northeast Kansas. How the snow and ice are actually boosting some business.
And that cold isn't going anywhere. What to expect for area roads on your next drive to work or to school.
And what challenges a Topeka tobacco law faces in court. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brooke Lennington.
And I'm Jace Mills. Rain, ice, and snow. Northeast Kansas is seeing it all.
And our news and weather teams have you covered from all angles tonight. We'll check in with Willis Scott about how the weather is affecting local business, and Gretchen Kanan has a look at local road plans for tomorrow.
But we begin with KSNT Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Matt Miller for the latest forecast. Time now.
Hi, Jason. We've got a cold night ahead of us. Now, this is the backside of the system, and the wind is becoming a bigger concern. And with a little bit of snow on the ground, you can see some of our totals here, running 6 inches on the ground now at Morganville, 5.5 Clay Center, Marysville and Baileyville at 4, Westmoreland 2, Junction City 2 inches, and about an inch and a half to a half inch to an inch from Topeka to Manhattan. That's now on the ground and allowing for temperatures to drop back under those clear skies. We're already falling into the low to mid teens. 16 at Marysville, 17 at Clay Center, 16 at Emporia. Manhattan's temperature sensor's off just a little bit at the airport. It's in the teens in Manhattan as well. And we've got these northwesterly winds, 10 to 20 miles per hour. You factor that in together, and most of us pretty close to zero for a wind chill, above and below zero readings. Again, Manhattan's off because of the temperature sensor malfunction there, but generally speaking, a very cold evening already. Skies are clearing pretty quickly, and all the wintry precipitation moving east now into Missouri. For us, we've got a mostly clear sky now through the night. We'll fall back into the single digits during the portions of the night, at least in the early part of the night. We may be in the teens, but later in the night as we fall back to a morning temperature of 7. And with that, wind chills maybe as cold as 10 below zero. That's the concern for tonight. Certainly no melting will be taking place, so any of the side streets may also stay icy overnight and on into the morning hours tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Matt. So how could today's weather still impact your commute tomorrow?
And KSNT News reporter Gretchen Kanan spoke with the city of Topeka about how they plan to help you get to where you need tomorrow. She joins us live from West Topeka. Gretchen, good evening.
Jace, Brooke, the city says they're treating all main and secondary roads right now around the clock. And that process began bright and early this morning at around 5:30. 14 dump trucks with spreaders are still busy treating bridges, hills, and main streets with salt. Those workers wrap up around 7 tonight. The next crews come in at that same time and work until 7 tomorrow morning. We talked with Topeka's Public Works Director. He says they are making safety a top priority.
We've got a great team. They've been through this before. They know the drill to get out here. They know their routes. They get their stuff done, get back here in a timely manner, and they stay after it.
Later tonight, crews will be checking for roads that refreeze since temperatures will stay below freezing. Now, the city says they are staying on top of the roads, but they urge you that it's up to you to drive safely. They say it's important to leave with plenty of time, no quick starts or quick stops, and to just leave with plenty of time. Reporting live in West Topeka, Gretchen Kanan, KSNT News.
All right, Gretchen, thank you. And while some businesses close on snowy days like today, they can be a real boom for other businesses like a pizza place, for example.
KSNT News reporter Willis Scott is at a Domino's store in Manhattan. Willis, how busy has it been there today?
The manager here at this Domino's says business has more than tripled from usual today. Now, he says that they were most busy this morning and around noon. That's when the roads were probably at their worst. They've gotten a lot of calls from businesses wanting to feed their employees for coming into work. And of course, they've gotten a lot of calls from people who just don't want to drive in bad weather conditions. He says bad weather is always good for the pizza delivery business.
The worse the weather, the busier we get. It's because people don't want to leave their house or their work or anything, so they call us and we deliver to them. So we're like the post office.
I asked him what it would take for them to stop delivering pizzas, and he told me that as long as there's somebody here who can drive to the customer, they'll deliver. Although he did say that there are a few times when they can't make the delivery, but he says that's rare. So you can get a pizza as long as you're willing to wait a little bit longer on a day like today. In Manhattan, Willis Scott, KSNT News.
All right, Willis, thank you. And if you don't want to brave the roads, you of course can order pizza, as you mentioned. Those drivers, along with other people in Manhattan, are braving elements of all kinds. The city is sitting in about an inch of snow. Schools were canceled across the city today. Soldiers from Fort Riley tell us the post limited their staff to just essential personnel.
Meanwhile, reports show places out west like Clay Center got around 5 inches of snow. We saw many people outside shoveling their driveways to get their day started while trying to stay warm. Classes were also canceled for schools in Clay Center, which prompted one stay-at-home mom to spend the day with her kids.
The kids just went out there, built a snowman. We're sledding down the driveway. Now we're here at Reeves Park sledding and having a great time, and they want to bake cookies and all kinds of things later.
Man, I want to go celebrate there with Susan Clay. That's who you just heard from. And she actually planned on going to a dentist appointment in Salina, but once she stepped outside, she decided to cancel and play with the kids instead. How about that?
Well, remember, you can get minute-by-minute updates on road conditions near you, as well as any school delays or closings. All you have to do is download the KSNT mobile app or visit ksnt.com. The city of Topeka says we will know who our new police chief is in less than 24 hours. City spokeswoman Molly Hatfield says City Manager Brent Trout will make the announcement tomorrow morning at 10. Trout announced current interim police chief Bill Cochran is a finalist, along with Dominic Reese Jr. from Washington and Samuel Dotson from St. Louis. Anyone is welcome to attend tomorrow's press conference. To find out where to go, as well as read up on each of the candidates, just visit ksnt.com.
Currently, only 44% of high school graduates in Kansas go on to get a college degree. Governor Brownback is looking to improve that number, laying out a goal of 75%. Kansas Education Commissioner Randy Watson says things like offering students more classes with dual college credits and the chance to take the ACT for free can help.
A little bit of investments can I do this work? Can I perform at a college level?
And those are just a few of the things that the governor wants to accomplish. We'll break down everything he's planning for Kansas students and how much it'll all cost tonight on KSNT News at 10. Big changes for the tobacco business are being put on pause in the capital city.
We'll tell you who is blocking a new ordinance that's been months in the making and what comes next for people involved. That's still ahead.
And later in sports, the Manhattan wrestling coach picks up an enormous honor after last year's state championship. Plus, all eyes are set on this weekend's Sunflower Showdown between KU and K-State. We'll break down the big game for you in about 15 minutes.
Tonight, we now change our focus over to the cold wind and the cold air that'll be settling in behind this morning's snow. 7 as you look into the late part of the night, 8 heading out the door tomorrow morning, and even still cold 19 by lunchtime. We'll start to see the clouds return late tomorrow and maybe even a light snow chance. We have a couple of chances for snow still out ahead of us. Talk about those coming up.